What up? Metabolic as f***. We're bleeping out the f*** word. This is week 2 of doing that. Back in action. Second podcast I recorded this week, so I'm super pumped about that. But if you are listening for the first time and you're not liked, subscribed, turn notifications on, please do that. It helps the algorithm. Leave a review. It'd be amazing. Helps me help more people like you. But I broke my ankle last night. I broke my ankle. I'm 37 years old. It's the first broken bone that I've ever had. And so I play in a rec league basketball league, and I was just going up for a layup, hit the layup, drew the contact, they didn't call the foul, of course, because it's rec league, and came down on someone else's foot and inverted my ankle. So the lateral side, that ball on the outside of your ankle, that broke for me. Now I drove myself into the hospital, and I was like, I felt something pop, so I was like, I should probably go in because I felt the pop. Otherwise, I would have been like, I'm fine. So I went in. They did X-rays, and the whole time the lady's like, yeah, you probably just tore the ligaments, or maybe like just pulled them, or semi torn them. And I was like, okay. And then right before I was leaving, they're like fitting me for this cast. And she told me in the beginning, she's like, we're gonna splint you either way, so just expect that. And so I'm getting fitted for this like cast / splint, and the guy's just like measuring stuff and doing this and that. And the PA that was helping me, she comes back in and she's like, yeah, it's broken. Like he broke the outside, the lateral malleolus, it's called. And the dude came back and I was measuring me like, you knew the whole time and you like literally just did not tell me that I broke it. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't want to break the news to you. I think she was better at breaking the news, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, it's I'm on crutches. It's 6 to 8 weeks recovery. I still have to see the orthopedist and see what's what. But I've had a lot of learning moments so far, and 4 of them specifically. So number 1 is like I felt the pop, and someone on the basketball team's like, oh, just wait an hour, like wait and see if it like gets better. And I'm like, dude, no, I'm gonna like consult a professional, because like I'd rather know that nothing's wrong and just like get the professional's opinion. And I feel like this is so analogous to health and fitness, because there's always a better way to do something, and you just want to make sure you have your bases checked, even if it's like, I think this is good, but like let me get a professional's opinion in terms of your nutrition and training. Because why chance it? Like, why waste more time? I would have been 2, 3, 4 weeks out and been like, finally got it x-rayed and realized it was broken 4 weeks out, rather than just having it done right away. Saves a lot of time, right? It's the same thing with your nutrition training. Like, I'm gonna heal a lot faster because I did that. You're gonna get results a lot faster, right? Number 2 learning moment was there's power in asking for help. A lot of people think that if you just have to be macho about it, or you just kind of have to like what is it called, you have to suffer in silence, and I think there's a lot of power in asking for help, because it's like there's a lot of power in vulnerability, and if you're like cool saying I don't know everything and I can't do everything by myself, we're a lot better with as a group than we are individually. We can get a lot more done. So that was number 2 thing that I really learned. My wife's like, oh, let me do this for you. I'm like, no, dude, like, let me do this. And then finally I just asked for help, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I need to do that more. Number 3, this was a crazy story. So, broke my ankle. Allie, my wife, couldn't pick me up because obviously our daughter's here and she's sleeping, can't just like leave the house. So I asked my brother to pick me up. He was in Santa Monica. He's like, dude, I literally just got in bed. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. So I Ubered home. So I got my Uber, and the Uber driver was like, oh man, what happened? Like, just take your time getting in, because I was on crutches. And I was like, oh, I broke my ankle playing basketball. He's like, oh, that sucks, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. He's like, 5 years ago, I actually broke every bone in my body. And I started laughing because I thought he was joking. He's like, no, I got in a car accident and I broke every single bone in my body. The only thing that wasn't touched was my head. So he had like no brain trauma or anything else, but every bone in his body was crushed. It was broken. And he was like, I had to stay in a full body cast for 5 weeks on morphine. And all I could look at was the ceiling. He's like, I lost my mind. I had what they call like ICU psychosis. I was like, holy shit, he just told me this whole story. It was a year-long recovery. Doctor told me he was gonna walk. He was like really determined for walking. And he said, the nurse told me the reason I walked and so quickly is because like I really wanted it, but the reason I'm telling a story wasn't about like, oh, you gotta really want it to, it's probably part of something I should have covered here, but it was perspective. Like I was like, fuck, this is gonna suck. I'm on crutches. This is broken. It's gonna be 6 to 8 weeks. But perspective and hearing his story, I'm like, wow, this is nothing. This is like literally nothing at all. The last thing is a learning point was I was thinking last night. I'm like, it kind of made me more hungrier to train, honestly. I don't know what it was, but I was like, oh, I'm injured, but like, I really want to show people, that there is really no excuse not to work out and to eat the way you should be eating. Like, yeah, I'm hobbling around the house and like, it's a struggle to get meals in because it takes me so long to get from one place to the other. And, when I'm hitting the gym, I'm going to go tomorrow and I'm going to hobble around. It's going to take me a lot longer, but like, I think there's never an excuse, and I think documenting this journey will be really cool to show you guys and to show other people out there that there's like literally no excuses. And you always see like people with like no limbs and still training and all that stuff. It's true, like there literally is. It's just gonna make me stronger, and it's just gonna make you stronger. So whatever limiting belief you have of why you can't do something, just remember that that's a limiting belief. If there's something that you want to do. I remember watching Arnold's documentary. He's like, I just saw very clearly in front of me, like I want to do something. I could see clearly. I can see everything that I needed to do. And most people can't see clearly. Most people, we have excuses. We have these limiting beliefs about ourselves. And it's all, at the end of the day, it's all BS, right? It's all story we tell ourselves to keep ourselves comfortable or to not fail or whatever it is, whatever story we have making up in our head. But if you want something, we can go out and get it. Like, it's just, it's all our perspective, and it's all basically the only thing that's stopping us is ourselves, our excuses, our beliefs about ourselves, our limiting beliefs about ourselves. So anyways, I hope this, resonates with someone out there. One of these 4 things that I've been kind of learning so far. The pain is like pretty minimal. The only thing that if I like hit my foot on something, I can feel it. I'm not going to do any painkillers or anything like that. I took one last night in the hospital. But that was it. So, appreciate you guys listening. If you're listening to the end, appreciate you listening, specifically you. My goal is 3 times a week recording these. I know I've been kind of inconsistent. It's been pretty nuts in terms of this past year since the New Year rush, and just kind of loading up since January. Happy whatever day you're watching this, listening to this on, and I'm gonna start dropping some good content because I have more time that I'm not golfing or playing basketball, and just kind of more time at home. So looking forward to really diving into that part and getting really creative on this. So anyways, love y'all.